Hello, all, and welcome to another Sanctuary Sunday. Sanctuary, yes, the day where I cover something other than war games, or try to. And today, we're going to take a look at Psycho Killer, the card game. Now, why would I be looking at Psycho Killer on a Sunday? Well, it's not a war game. In fact, it's a horror game, as you can kind of see here on the tag here. And this comes in a box that looks like an old VHS cartridge or game or box, I should say. And I picked this up because I'm not a huge fan of horror games. I play some, and I've covered several. But I picked this up because I ended up getting this at an auction as part of a group of games. And, you know, I'm such a completist that if I pick up something at an auction, which this was really, really cheap, I've got to complete it with the game that it goes with. So this is Psycho Killer, 2 to 6 players, 15 to 30 minutes, 3 minutes to learn, and it really is kind of a party game, a horror party game. Ages 15 plus because you're kind of dealing with potentially some adult themes here. As it says right here, fast-paced, strategic, and hilarious. Yes, Psycho Killer is hilarious. Psycho Killer is a card game that parodies your favorite retro horror and slasher films from the 80s and 90s. Lurking in the deck is a Psycho Killer and the weapons he uses to attack you. You need to use every cliche in the book to screw over your friends and survive the night. With strategies that are quick to learn and exciting to master, Psycho Killer is a cutthroat slasher disguised as a party game that will have your friends in stitches. Can you survive the Psycho Killer? And there's a little QR code here if you want to see how to play this game. This is the second edition. I'm not exactly sure what was the first edition was like, but the second edition comes in a pretty good sized box here. Again, looks like an old VHS. So let's cut into this. There's a knife right there. Let's see what we have inside here. So, as I said, I've seen this game a little bit, and when I picked up that expansion, I thought, well, you know what? Let's find this. And it's kind of out of print, or it's hard, or at least hard to find, but I was able to kind of track it down, and I didn't want to pay an arm and a leg for it, but I did want to pick it up. You know, my family does, part of my family likes horror games, so they might find this interesting. Good thick box. I gotta say, the box is very nice. So let's take a look. Here's the rules. Psycho Killer, the card game. Don't like reading rules? Check out that. Get in the slasher mood with our Spotify playlist. Oh, there's, I can get that there. Join our Facebook group. Well, I got a lot of QR codes here. Check out our ever-growing library of free games modes. Interesting. So, wow, very busy rules, but not that long of a rule. Let's pull out a little bit so we can see what we're looking at here. So you've got the cards here, and the cards are kind of cool. It's the old controls that you would see on a VHS, you know, eject, stop, rewind, play, fast forward. In fact, it says be kind, rewind. If anybody remembers or has seen that movie, feel free to chime in on that. And here are all the different kinds of cards. You got survival, selfish, power, predicament, and I think these are the Psycho Killer and weapons. So that's your Psycho Killer. There's the weapons, and then healing. So at its heart, it's kind of a card game, or is a card game, not kind of. But basically, here's the setup, here's gameplay. But you're going to be, your turn consists of playing as many or as few cards as you wish, but you must end by drawing one card from the top of either deck. you do not need to play the card you draw. The first heart racing stages of the game will involve drawing cards and ending your turn quickly, all while hoping you're lucky enough to avoid the Psycho Killer. Once you have collected some supplies, you will be in a better position to play cards that will screw over your friends and help you avoid the Psycho Killer. So basically you're trying to, it's kind of a press your luck, I think, type of game where you're trying to get weapons and or get cards that help you against the Psycho Killer. So when the Psycho Killer is drawn and played, then you're going to be able to play that and kind of mess over your friends. So anyway, so that's the rules. It's kind of interesting. As I said, it's kind of busy with all the different fonts, but I think it is somewhat consistent with the theme of this game. This is definitely kind of a themed game. I mean, if you don't like horror films, then I don't know if you're gonna like. Look at that. That's kind of cool. I don't know if you're really gonna like this game or the theme of this game, but it is kind of a take that game, I guess, in some respects, where you're trying to keep stuff that will put you in a position so that when the Psycho Killer comes out, you're left alive and they're the ones that are getting stuck with it. It's kind of interesting how this tape comes in here. So I don't know if I want to break that tape. Let's see if I can just slide it off here so I can keep the tape for posterity. And then we've got the cards here. So here is your survival guide. Cards are kind of thin. They're not, they're not frail, but they feel a little thin, and looks like there's a little bit of cover over it. I can't tell if there's some kind of glossy cover or something on it. But so there are the basically survival cards, and then place this card in front of you if you have 10 or more points in your injury. So yeah, you're gonna take injuries, and once you get 10 or more, you are left for dead. So injuries are that kind of take that card. So all the card backs are the same here. And then there is the big baddie. So I think if this comes up, you're gonna get +3 wounds, I would imagine what that means. And then a lot of Psycho Killers there. Here's some blanks that you can create your own cards for the game. You know, kind of come with your own theme. Betrayal, car troubles. These are some predicaments. And then chainsaw. So the Psycho Killer with this would do 8 wounds, I would imagine, how that works. And there has all the cliches. Drop your keys, found footage, slam the door. So if you are a fan of horror movies, then this is probably going to bring up some, reminders or thoughts or memories of some of your favorite scenes of some movies. Baseball bat +2. And then this is good stuff against the Psycho Killer, like booby traps. Swap any card in your hand with the top card of either deck. Book of the Dead, swap any non-weapon card in your hand with a card from the discard pile. So put you in a better position to not get hurt by the Psycho Killer. So cool. So those are the Psycho Killer cards. These are each player will have this, and then if they take 10 wounds or more, then they're out of the game. So it is a last person standing type game. So I've covered a lot of Final Girl. This is kind of a card game version of that in some respects. While I'm at it, let's crack open Bloody Mary, a Psycho Killer drinking game. This is the game that spurred this me picking up Psycho Killer because have to collect it all, right? There are several expansions to this, and I don't know how this expansion works, but it's kind of cool. You got a little VCR there on the front of that. And this is what we get in Bloody Mary. Another good thick box, which I'm probably end up putting the cards in here because there's room for the cards. So I wonder if I can put the whole box in there. Well, we'll make it work, right? Maybe. It probably won't fit with the lid. So here are the rules to Bloody Mary. And same kind of font and what you have here. This is a drinking game. So I wonder if you actually drink in this game. Let's see, what's the age on this? Gotta pull up the box here. See if this has a higher age limit. Oh. Don't really see an age limit on here. So maybe it's figuratively drinking as opposed to drinking. But I think they have some new cards that you add in here, an optional rule. Here, I'll put a jug in the middle of the table. Each time someone plays a Bloody Mary, they add some to their drink. Okay, so this is a drinking game. So kids, don't try this at home. Okay, here's gameplay. To add Bloody Mary to your game, first take out all the weapon cards and Psycho Killer from the base deck and add in all Bloody Mary cards. Okay, so this is, you will need the core game to play this, and then Bloody Mary takes out the, replaces the Psycho Killer. And you can make your own Bloody Mary cards. You can make your own Bloody Mary. And then these cards replace some of the other cards that are in there. There's beer. Oh, champagne. So it's got an alcohol theme. So there you have it. Ooh, keg, +5. The Final Girl. There you go. Cool. So you got some roles here. You got the vampire, the reporter, the priest, the jock, the ghost, the final girl, and the bartender. It's kind of cool. Anyway, there you have it. That is Psycho Killer. So you got a twofer here. You got Bloody Mary. See, all the cards fit right back in there. And Psycho Killer. And there are other expansions to this game as well. But there you have it. That is what I have for you today. If you've played this game and you've enjoyed it, speak up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well, you can speak up as well. I just thought this would be an interesting little party game. You know, 6 players is a party, right? Hey, 2 players could be a party. Anyway, plays quick and has an interesting theme. So thanks all for stopping by. I guess, this isn't this is a cassette, and this is the VCR. So I said earlier, this is a cassette player, not a VCR player. Anyway, thanks all for stopping by, and take care. You never know what might be lurking out there. Thanks for watching.